George was on night shift when he caught a gang of graffiti kids. "Stop right there," he bellowed. But those kids, they just parkoured away, leaping into a window with nimble steps. George, big belly and all, wasn't backing down. He jumped and got stuck between two buildings. His weight pulled, arms giving out. He couldn't hold on. Morning came. Firefighters got the call. Crowds were filming, laughing. George was wedged tight, hollering for help. "My legs! Numb!" he cried. "How long you been there?" the firefighters asked. He said, "I saw the sunrise." Yeah, he'd been dangling for 3 hours. Breathing hurt, chest ached, things looked bad. Buck tried to toss him a rope, told him to reach up, but the second he moved, he slipped even lower. Captain Bobby stopped it. "We're drilling!" They found the floor. Drilled. Nearly nicked George, but the hole was right. Buck smashed it open. "George, listen! Breathe out! Don't fight!" Bobby ordered. George, tears in his eyes, nodded. The team pushed a stretcher, lifted him out. Saved. Lying on the stretcher, still shaking, George looked up and said, "Guess this belly finally did something right." This elevator wasn't just broken, it was possessed. Dozens of people squeezed inside, laughing, chatting, completely unaware. When it reached the floor they wanted, it didn't stop. Suddenly, the elevator jerked upward. Someone slammed the emergency button, but nothing happened. Now panic set in. People screamed, but then the elevator floor split open, like a demon's mouth, swallowing passengers into the darkness. Only a few managed to grab the rails, hanging on for dear life, but the elevator kept rising and rising until it smashed through the rooftop. No one survived, not a single one. But this wasn't the first time it killed. Just a day earlier, a blind man waited for that same elevator. The doors opened, but there was no floor. His guide dog tried to stop him, barking, pulling back, but the man stepped forward. He fell. In desperation, he clutched his dog's leash. The weight dragged the dog in after him. In the control room, they noticed something was off. 2 security guards were sent to check it out, but by the time they got there, the elevator had already moved. They radioed in, but then the doors creaked open by themselves. They looked inside and saw only an empty shaft. One of them shined his flashlight and spotted the poor dog far below. Suddenly, the doors snapped shut, trapping one guard between them. He screamed, he thrashed. His partner pulled as hard as he could, but the elevator began to descend. The trapped guard shouted, "Pull me out!" But all his friend could do was cover his face and cry. And just like that, another life gone. The media caught wind of the story. The building's owner rushed to call technicians, but they found nothing wrong. Mark, the maintenance lead, suggested shutting it down for a week, give it a full inspection, but the boss said no. "This is one of the city's top landmarks," he said. 30,000 people use this elevator every day. We can't afford to shut it down. So the doors stayed open, and that night, a group of pregnant women, fresh from their yoga session, stepped inside that same elevator, and it started again. That cursed machine was ready for more. "You won't believe what happened. This ice cream machine didn't just serve dessert, it nearly killed someone." Keith was just trying to fix it. He thought it was jammed, but the moment he reached inside, the machine roared to life. Sheila, his co-worker, rushed over to help. She managed to pull Keith out, but her entire arm got sucked into the machine. She screamed as the blades whirred inside. Firefighters arrived just in time. Sheila was pale, shaking, not just from blood loss, but from the freezing cold of the machine. And guess what the teenagers nearby were doing? Laughing, live streaming, cheering like it was a joke. Firefighters grabbed the saw, cut into the machine, and carefully pulled out Sheila's arm, still tangled with metal and blades. But then, an artery burst. Blood gushed like a fountain. The students? Yeah, not laughing anymore. Sheila lost consciousness. Tommy jumped in, wrapped a tourniquet, grabbed a high-flow IV, but her veins had collapsed. No time to waste. Intraosseous infusion. Now, drill into the leg, straight into the bone. Fluids in. It worked. Her vitals came back. She opened her eyes. She was alive. But the students, still streaming, still mocking, until Marjan stepped forward. She smiled and raised her phone. She filmed them. "You see, I've got 5 million followers." And just like that, they all panicked.
Well, you can't post that.
Really? Because I already did. Ooh, congrats, you guys. You're blowing up.
This young girl gently rose into the sky, her dress fluttering like a dream. The crowd below erupted into cheers. After all, today was her 15th birthday. She wanted her quinceañera entrance to be unforgettable, and it was. But then, a sudden gust of wind swept in from above. The helpers on the ground holding the ropes began to panic, struggling to keep control. The balloon swayed wildly. The girl's smile slowly faded. Fear took over. She clutched the ropes tightly, her heart racing. Just then, something in the distance caught her eye. A parachute, and beneath it, a motionless body. She screamed. Rescue teams arrived within minutes.
Terrible. The party's ruined. Are you kidding, Mom?
This is awesome.
Paramedics raced to the rooftop, only to find the man had crashed straight through the roof. Shockingly, he was still alive. Turns out, while paragliding, he had gotten caught in the same strong winds. Trying to dodge some nearby power lines, he lost control and came plummeting down. "I can't feel my legs," he whispered to the rescuers. Firefighters rushed inside the house to check the damage. What they found shocked them all.
Bilateral open knee dislocation. The impact forced the femurs down through the knee.
And it's better now that he can't feel them.
Never, ever propose on an escalator, because you might end up like Daniel. The mall called for help, and firefighters rushed to the scene. Daniel had fallen straight through a broken maintenance panel, right in front of his girlfriend, Ariel. She was crying his name, kneeling beside the escalator. Hen gently pulled her aside to give the team space. Chimney climbed into the machinery. He checked Daniel's pulse. Yes, he was still alive and conscious. Chim told him, "Don't move, just keep talking to me." But what he saw next made him freeze. The chain had cut into Daniel's femoral artery. It was acting like a tourniquet, keeping him from bleeding out. Letting go too soon could kill him. Captain Bobby gave the order. "We're getting him out, now." Chim strapped on a tourniquet, then used a hydraulic cutter to break the chain. With teamwork and precision, they pulled Daniel free. Applause broke out. Daniel smiled weakly and whispered, "What did she say?" Chim saw the ring on Ariel's finger. "I think she said yes, buddy." But then, it all changed. Daniel's body convulsed. His blood pressure dropped. 3 seconds later, no heartbeat. Chim started CPR. He refused to stop, but Hen touched his shoulder, tears in her eyes. "Daniel's gone." This guy named Sean? He was basically begging for trouble. He actually threw a pine cone at a tiger's butt. Are you kidding me? Of course the tiger got mad. But Sean? Oh no, he wasn't done. He picked up another one and smashed it right on the tiger's head. Like, seriously, dude? A nearby woman tried to stop him. But Sean? He just brushed it off and went to check if his photos looked good. Unbelievable. But little did he know, his karma was already on the way. While Sean was in the bathroom, he heard people screaming outside. He pulled up his pants, ran out. Tourists were running like their lives depended on it. Sean shouted, "What's going on?" Nobody answered. Seconds later, he realized he was the only one left. Then came the growl, low, deep, chilling. He slowly turned around, and there it was, the same tiger, casually walking like a boss. Sean freaked out. He shakily called 911. "Help! The tiger's staring right at me." The dispatcher, Abby, told him, "Stay calm. Don't run. Zoo security is on the way." But Sean couldn't take it. He ran, and the tiger charged after him. There was a fence up ahead. Sean climbed over it like his life depended on it. Because it did. He escaped into the flamingo area and shouted to Abby, "I'm safe. I made it." But something didn't feel right. Too quiet, too calm.
Crap.
Soon, firefighters and zoo security showed up. They watched the footage, saw how the tiger escaped. But now, where was it? Sean thought he had outsmarted the beast. But had he really? Security kept patrolling until they finally spotted the tiger, and on the ground, a body. They fired the tranquilizer. The tiger collapsed, but Sean was already gone, torn apart. Police and firefighters shook their heads. This guy had it coming. Turns out Sean was no innocent tourist. He was a trophy hunter, a dentist who killed animals for fun and kept their stuffed heads at home. This time, the wild fought back.